Christians. This person here says that in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 13 and 14, which I have on the screen, he says, now notice that the believer is chosen to salvation on the basis of two things. Now, he's been arguing with me for the last several hours that God does not choose anyone to salvation. If you looked at my comments, that's all he's been saying. Now he says that the believer is chosen to salvation on the basis of two things, which, without me even understanding what he's talking about in terms of what the basis is, I don't even have to look to know that it's a lie. Salvation has no basis other than the love of God, the grace of God. Salvation with God has no conditions. Zero. It is only by his pure, sovereign love, mercy, grace that he does it. It is nothing in and of ourselves that warrants salvation. So no matter what he says is the basis of salvation, it's a lie. Because the only basis of our salvation is that we were sinners in need of salvation, which only God can give. Man's free will cannot get it, obtain it, or earn it, or warrant it. This, you tell me, believer, which one is more glorifying? That God does all the work or that man does any part of it? If man is involved at all in getting the salvation that God gives, it is not salvation at all. If man has anything to do with salvation, then the worship of God is idolatrous and false. And we are all still in our sins. Because no man can do what Christ was sent here to do for us. Otherwise, if man had a free will, there would have been no need for Christ to come. I don't understand how Christians are still grappling with the idea, supposed Christians anyway, with the idea that they have anything to do with their salvation when Paul says clearly what Isaiah says. There is none righteous, none that seek after God. If none seek after God, how can you say that your free will brought you to God? If none seek after God, stop lying to yourselves. If you would just submit to the fact and resign yourself to the fact that you need God through and through, it will make your life a lot easier and salvation can belong to you. But not until then will you be able to understand salvation, let alone be saved. Be provoked and be persuaded.